Good day to you all. I'm Stanford and welcome to the African Legal Matters Show, a show where we discuss the various legal issues affecting us as Africans in different parts of the world and in the different legal systems that we meet. We have seen it fit to have this conversation and to have this show because from time to time we find ourselves in situations where we need some legal advice, we need some legal information to enable us to continue with our lives. We're joined by Tatenda Magocha, an African legal expert, and I'll allow Tatenda to introduce herself.
And I'm an attorney who's based in South Africa. Thank you, Stanford, for inviting me to the show.
Thank you, Tatenda. And Tatenda, can you give us, a rundown of what it is that you have prepared for us today?
Well, today we are going to be dealing with matrimonial property. When you talk about matrimonial property, we are going to be talking about the different formalities in the marriage, because I think that in the modern day society, we getting to know that people are getting married without being advised. They don't really know what they're getting themselves into. So at the end of the day, they get divorced, they are ahead, they've got frustrations. Why? Because they have never been schooled about these different matrimonial property systems. So today, I'm going to be discussing with you and schooling you on this topic.
So, by matrimonial systems, my understanding is that's marriage issues. So, within the South African context, when someone says that they are married, what does that mean in that context?
Okay, so there are three different types of marriages in South Africa. We have the civil marriages in terms of the Marriage Act 25. We do have a customary marriage. We have a civil union. Those are the three different types of marriages that are found in South Africa.
And then, can you unpack this for us?
All right. So, with the civil marriage, this is the marriage that is, we know commonly, the one which is between a man and a woman. And then we have the civil union. The civil union is the one which is between a man and to a man, a woman to a woman. So this is between people of the same sex. Yes.
Okay.
And then the third type of marriage that we have here in South Africa is the marriage that is between customary, the laws of the people, in terms of the recognition of the customary marriages in South Africa.
Okay. And so with these three types of marriages, what are the differences or what are the commonalities between them? And are their implications the same? How does one get to be recognized as being in this type of marriage? And maybe we can start with the civil marriage onwards.
Okay, so in terms of the civil marriage, basically the two parties have to be 18 years and above. That is the majority, the legal age of majority. But if at all there is a minor involved in this marriage, then they need a consent from the parents or any legal guardian. Or if there is no legal guardian, then we need the Minister of Home Affairs. Then this is the civil marriage. Then we have
So in that civil marriage, you are effectively saying someone who's less than 18 can actually get married legally.
yes, they can get married as long as there is consent of
All right.
parents.
And in the different forms of the civil marriage, does it matter who officiates? Is there a difference whether if it's officiated by a pastor or by a minister of religion or in a court? Does that bring any differences?
Yes, it is of importance that there has to be an authorized marriage officer. So let's say we have people in the church setting, they can be blessed by the pastor. So we can have a pastor who is the marriage officer, and we can have a pastor and then a marriage officer. So the most important thing is that there has to be an authorized or licensed marriage officer in terms of the Marriage Act.
Okay. Yeah, you can go on to the next one.
Okay, and then we have the civil union. Like I said, this is a marriage that between people of the same sex or heterosexual. And I think it is also important to note that South Africa is one of the fifth country in the world to legalize same-sex marriage, because the constitution itself also guards against sexual orientation. So that is why same-sex marriages are legalized in South Africa. So in
Okay.
terms of the civil union, the implications or the benefits are just in the one in the civil marriage. Yeah.
And
And
and the and the customary marriage.
then the customary marriage, this is the ones that we have from our African setting, where we have people celebrating lobola. Yeah, because in South Africa we do have people, we have so many tribes in South Africa. So this is the type of marriage that is negotiated in terms of the laws of the people. Yeah. So, but then registration in terms of this type of marriage, that they have to be registered within 3 months of celebration. So they have to, the marriage itself, they can get a certificate from the Home Affairs. That is if they register it within 3 months of from the date of celebration or the event itself.
And with regards to the to that, customary marriage, what then happens when one of the partners then decide they want to get married to a second partner, or to get into a polygamous or a monogamous relationship? Is that a quick one, or it's a totally different discussion we need a day for?
Okay, so if like we know that in customary marriages, the man can marry as many wives as as he wants, but then he needs to get a court order from the court. And in this court order will regulate the way in which the matrimonial property is regulated. Yeah.
Wow, this is quite informative, and thank you so much, Tatenda. So, with regards to this conversation for today, is there anything else you'd want to engage on in terms of the types of marriages or the things that people need to kind of watch out for when they are getting in these marriages?
Okay, so I would say that if at all people are able to engage lawyers like divorce lawyers, family lawyers before they get married, so that at least they can be advised on these different types of marriages. They say that love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener. So it is of importance that um couples before they get married, they spend the time to just go and see a lawyer with regards to marriage issues.
Wow, this is great, and thank you so much for this. Can you tell us in the next episode what it is that you talk about, just to give us an insight?
Okay, so in the next episode, we are going to be talking about the various contracts that are there in South Africa. So, like I said, that people really need to know about this, because that's why people end up getting so hurt, frustrated, and heartbroken, because they don't know how they should go about these things. I know that people know that there is marriage in community of property, but they don't have an understanding. They don't know what it is. So it is of utmost importance that people know about these different contracts. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for watching and following the show, the African Legal Matters Show, where we talk all things African legal issues, and we're getting our legal experts to help us understand matters of the law and how to deal with them. From my side, Stanford, and with Tatenda here with me in the studio, thank you so much and goodbye.